Hi guys, my name is Anne. I'm an energy intuitive and I'm so glad that you can join me. I want to talk about the energies. I mean, they are definitely just so wild. There has been so many energetic shifts. It's impossible to keep on top of every single one. They're happening that quick. It's like a very quick flight of stairs. Shifting, changing, integrating, shifting, integrating has been a big, huge process. Now, I take these energies very seriously, and it takes some downtime because really my role is to really stay in a conscious perspective, to watch my energy. I'm being a bit selfish here, but to really manage that process, to integrate properly, to understand what it's trying to teach me and to tell me, and to roll with it, to go with the flow, to sit in stillness and in peace sometimes if that is in fact necessary. So, you know, again, it's an ever-changing perspective, but it has been so crazy and wild. And there's like these two different worlds going on. I stay away from the media as much as possible, but I do know, you know, what is generally happening. And I've talked about in a previous video specifically about the world of energy related to media and social media. And, you know, what we are learning here is our own abilities to trust our own instincts, our own intuitive guidance, what we are consciously being directed to, what our creative force is being moved into. And this is so important. So we're seeing some of these tools that we became so comfortable with and now being questioned. And it's a big learning experience for a lot of us because it formed an attachment identity. And our true conscious light selves are more connected to this higher realm perspective. And I know that our ability to communicate with each other from an intuitive standpoint is growing quickly as well. I know, for example, me and my daughter have, we are much more connected that way, and that's very comforting. So my personal belief is we're learning more and more. We're going to have to learn more and more to trust all of us here that we are connected, that we are moving very quickly into this new higher consciousness living, and to stay connected even when we don't have the technology ability to do that. And that requires all of us to stay in this aspect of trust in the universe, trust in your guidance, trust that you are being taken care of, that you're cared for, you're guided, and you're loved, because we are. And that is coming through very clearly, even with the distractions of the mind, which we've been trying to tame. And I know I had an experience, you know, yesterday. I have to take trips into the hospital occasionally for my own personal situation. And that's definitely not something I enjoy. But it is a necessary thing for me. And as I was making this trip the other day, very wee hours of the morning, I was come across this magical message from Gaia, and it was so amazing because I'm driving. I could barely, it was just still dark out. I couldn't see that well, and I was a little bit cranky and anxious at the same time, but I saw these pillars of light, and it's a phenomenon that occurs with certain temperatures at a certain amount of environmental atmospheric being exactly lined up, and it was beautiful. They're just like these beautiful light pillars. It's just reflecting light from various light sources. But I was out in the country a little bit, and I could just see these pillars of light all around me, and it was absolutely stunningly fascinating. I thought, wow, if there is ever a message or a sign, receiving Pillars of Light is definitely one of them. It was very emotional for me, and it was so incredibly beautiful. So the message I really want to get here through to you here is there is so much abundance and positive energy that is coming through and is available to us. It is telling me to trust and have faith in love and compassion and in the heart, and to stay heart-centered. There's so many people. We're getting the message of confusion. We're getting messages of separateness. We're getting all kinds of chopped salad messages, and it's all very confusing. It's difficult. There's just so much different perspectives that are coming out at us, and it's really important to sort of step away from a lot of that. Of course, make your own decisions and judgments. You're on your own journey here. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just giving you an opportunity to see things from a different perspective. And that is, if we really trust, if we really are trusting in this journey that I know you are on with me, because you wouldn't be watching me otherwise, to not close your eyes and be blind to what's happening, but to understand kind of the energy behind it, as so much of this energy of control and manipulation is coming out to the surface. We need to hold strong in our own power of source, our own belief in what we came here to do, and to rely so much on each other. And I know a lot of you are have experienced so many good things coming out of some of this. And that is super, more than we ever hear about. There's so many good people that are experiencing a lot of good things, but we just are not hearing about it because this whole staying in fear is what is the primary messages. But I know that there's so many others who are experiencing some huge insights and enlightenments and are moving quickly through this 5D experience, which is out of this world. I mean, it's just fantastic just to allow more and to flow more and to surrender more to yourself, to trusting your own intuitive voice. So we are, there is an interesting quote that I read yesterday. To awaken from the dream is our purpose now. And this is a quote from Eckhart Tolle, and it couldn't be any more true. The dreamlike state is just a wild adventure and journey. It almost seems like we can, from my own experience, can hop into different dimensions like almost at will. It's becoming something that is really strange, but I'm kind of open at this point to a lot of different perspectives because we don't know. I mean, this is a whole new adventure, but that quote is so pertinent right now. I mean, our true gifts are coming through, our true abilities are starting to really become much more clear. We are unraveling, like I said in the last video, we're unraveling some of this entanglement. And it is crazy. The other thing that I'm noticing is there are some glitches. It's a weird thing when you see and experience sort of glitches. If you're not used to them, it's like it's giving you an indication that this is really a big illusion. And until you experience a glitch or two, it just makes it a little more clear here. So that can be experienced by people too. Definitely orbs are, a lot of people we all feel the energy in different ways. So we all have our gifts that are a bit stronger for each of us. So orbs is a big theme right now. You might see them in the background. You might see light when you're sleeping. This is a big thing too. It's just, again, just these messages sometimes are subtle to let you know that there is this positive energy that is existing all around us. I just saw a flash right now. So again, just a reminder here to stay focused, to stay peaceful, to stay relaxed, to know what and when to take your action that is coming from your own sense of purpose, whatever that may be. I'm not here to judge and tell anybody what to do. Again, I'm going to say that because I'm simply expressing what I feel I need to get through and talk about. We seem to be looking for happiness and joy, so many of us, and we don't realize most of the time that that is something already available to us and in us. A hard part of this journey is breaking through these old patterns and realizing that everything is a decision, and however we are, whatever is coming up is okay. And I just wanted to make sure that is known, because there is no perfect end to this. We just don't walk away going, I'm now enlightened. It is a journey, and it is just a fact that we move up and down through these energies. We acknowledge when there's an energy that isn't feeling right with us, and that's okay. To realize that there's always the next day. The next day is our opportunity to start a fresh slate, to really lie there before you get out of bed and set intentions. It's really powerful, and it's really, really important. The other thing that we learn how to do, or you can start to learn how to do if you don't already, is when you're in this dream state, when you are slightly awake, but not really, very, very relaxed, it's a huge opportunity to set some big intentions to really release some of those blocks, to have positive affirmations as to who you are, and to really say things that make you say things to yourself that are true, and that make you feel good. And it makes a huge, huge difference to the whole day. It adds up. We're rebuilding some of these new neural networks. So just little things like that can go a really, really long way. Becoming temporarily free of yourself. It is to give yourself room just to stop thinking and relax the mind. So many right now are trying to figure out so many different things. It's very chaotic time energetically. So sometimes what's the best thing to do is just to move into that. Again, we understand what 0 point is. When there is no history, there is no future. You're standing very firmly, sitting, whatever, in the presence of now, the current moment, and being present with that, and just not being required in the world, not really being required to even think. And this has been a big energy this past week from my perspective, is just this non-thought, this what I used to call vegging, but it is like, it seems unproductive because that's what the ego wants to make it out as, but it's like we're practicing being more. So there's the human and there's the being. And this is really what more and more of us are moving into, is out of this egoic mindset and into this understanding of just what is really the energy around us. So those are a few things that have been coming through for me. It is super, super powerful time. I don't know if this video is doing justice just to the degree of the changes that are happening, to the degree of the energies that are happening. I'm just getting more and more used to it, that it isn't quite, it's like, yep, more big energy, yep, big change. And it just is continuing. So I'm not trying to downplay it, but it is definitely very, very big and very, very powerful. A lot of change is happening very quickly. Just a matter of standing firmly in your own sense of self and your own belief system, and knowing that we are all connected on this process. And it is one heck of a ride, isn't it? Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a good rest of the weekend, and we will definitely talk soon. Bye.